Live from New York, this is WIUR Radio.
Live from the Murphy Center in New Rochelle, this is Radiothon on WIUR Radio.
Welcome, everybody, to Bases, Blitzes, MBS, alongside Zion Candelario. I'm Angelo Joyo. Zion, it's the best day in sports all year. I say this every year. We got NBA playoffs going on. We got NHL playoffs. We won't be discussing the NHL playoffs, but we got regular season baseball. We got the NFL draft. I mean, the draft, as a Giants fan, is like the Super Bowl every year. It's the best day in sports. We got you all covered throughout the show. We're going to be talking baseball to start. We're going to then go to the draft, then go to playoffs. It's going to be sick. So, Zion, let's just dive into it. The Yankees right now on a 3-game stretch. They're finishing up a 3-game series against the Boston Red Sox tonight. The Yankees came into this series winning their last their last 3, I'm pretty sure. They came into the series winning the last 3, and then they come in tonight winning the first 2 games of the series against the Red Sox. My apologies. What do you expect to see from Stuttler tonight?
I expect him to be dominant. I mean, all you've been hearing this week has been Cam. But they forgot we have Max Fried and we had Luis Gil. And they've been dialed. I mean, Luis Gil shocked me with his outing. He owns Boston, though. So does Fried. I expect Cam to do the same. And it'll be great. Sweeping the Boston Red Sox will be phenomenal to end their season and revive ours.
Yeah, I mean, dude, not end their season. It's April. Dude, they were in the spot last year and they made the playoffs.
I don't know, bro. Roman, they're not batting. Pitching is in shambles. Suarez got rocked. Crochet has an 80 ERA.
I know, but we can't. For a team as talented as the Red Sox, I think we can agree Roman Anthony can be one of the best players in baseball. Crochet, when his stuff is there, he is one of the best pitchers in baseball, obviously. That's not there. Suarez is great. They have a good team. We cannot write them off in April. Even if the Yankees win tonight, you can't write any team off in April unless it's like, the Rockies or something like that. But, I mean, dude, I am so excited for this game. I don't think I've been as excited for an April baseball game in a minute, bro. I mean, Schlittler, it's been awesome lately. His first start in Fenway. I can't wait to see the crowd's reaction. It's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be insane. But what do you think of how the Yankees have played so far? Last time we were on this show, the Yankees were in the midst of a 5-game losing streak. I don't know exactly what date we ended the show was compared to when at part of where we were in the losing streak, but we know the losing streak got to 5 at one point. Just how are you feeling about the squad right now?
I think everybody's batting now. Besides Jazz and a few others, the offense looks alive now. I mean, they're getting contribution from everybody. Trent finally getting not unlucky. He's getting lucky now. He's hitting his processes again. Everybody's just hitting. Cody looks great. Stan has woken up. So it
was Boston that woke Stan up.
It was. Yeah. And then even Cabby in high-level situations that look good. Austin Wells, I'm going to give him time. I'm not a huge fan of how he's looking right now, but
his underlying numbers are good.
Right. So, but the rest of the team has been great so far, and it's all thanks to the pitching staff because we're top 1 in ERA now?
Something like that. I mean, the pitching staff has been awesome. I personally could not have asked for a better start to the year when you include a 5-game losing streak. You include a 5-game losing streak, and you're still on top of the AL East. You're still the clear favorites to win the division. I think you're the clear favorites to come out of the AL. This team's look awesome, and Jazz hasn't even really picked it up yet. I mean, he better start picking it up sooner or later because they would go to the way to replace him. There's no way they wouldn't at the deadline. And then obviously you got Cobby hitting well in high leverage spots. Wells, I hope he can get there. His underlying numbers are still pretty good. I'm a fan of Wells. I think he'll get there. I would like to see Rice catch against lefties, though. I feel like you got to have Ben Rice in the lineup every day. I don't know why we keep talking about this. I don't care how bad he is defensively as a catcher. He's good enough to where his bat is way more productive than Wells. And you have to keep him in the lineup every day because when you don't keep him in the lineup, he starts to get cold. He's one of those kind of hitters, I feel like. So, I don't know. Boone's idea, last night, didn't matter because we won the game, but firing Benny in a random spot in the 5th inning and then not keeping him in. I understand putting Ben Rice in the 5th inning when you get to a left-handed pitcher, but then don't take him out. Like, don't just bring him in for 1AB and then immediately bring in McMahon as a defensive replacement. I feel like that's the dumbest thing you could do. Because Ben Rice, I think he leads the league in OPS or no. It's pretty close between him and Jordan.
Yeah,
sure.
I think he has the edge over Jordan right now.
Yeah, he's been so awesome, and he should be in the lineup every day. He mashes lefties. He mashes any pitching. It doesn't matter what side or what hand the pitcher starts with. Rice crushes. He should be in the lineup every day.
Rosario too.
Rosario's nice, and the thing is, Rosario's been unlucky.
Yeah,
he's been unlucky. He's got, I think his WOBA is a 387, and his xWOBA is a 420. He's
still putting up great numbers.
If the Yankees find lightning in a bottle with Ahmed Rosario, I mean, dude, I'd love that. He'd be so sick. Yeah. And then also we got Volpe coming back soon. But no, I'm excited for Volpe to come back. I mean, I think I love the idea of not McMahon. Sorry, Caballero being a utility guy. I love him playing everywhere, and you're able to do that when Volpe's playing because then Volpe can just play 2 games every series, and then Cabby can get the 3rd game at short, and you can kind of throw Cabby as a pitch runner in one of the games. You can maybe start him at 3rd or in the outfield, whatever the case may be. The Yankees can use Caballero to his full value with Anthony Volpe back. I hope Volpe keeps up the start that he's had the season in AAA.
Oh yeah, he's been pretty good.
He's been playing pretty good. But yeah, I mean, we'll go to the other side of town now. The Mets took their first win of the last 13 games, I'm pretty sure it was. They had a 12-game losing streak last night, but I had a lot more prepared if they lost last night. But where do you feel like the Mets are going right now? It was just announced that Francisco Lindor is headed to the IL as well. I know Soto is coming back soon. Did he come back last night?
He came back last night.
He came back last night. Okay. But I know Soto came back last night. Lindor's headed to the IL. What do you think needs to happen with these Mets? Because I know they won last night, but it's still a mess in Queens.
They have to find a rhythm offensively and in the bullpen wise. I mean, McLean pitches good. Like the starters, they could do their job, but the bullpen, like with Williams, Weaver, and all these other guys, they need to like find a steady rhythm. Because Williams came in the night before and he looked rattled until Austin Warren came in and cleaned it up. Weaver came in last night, looked pretty good. And then offensively, they need to find like a groove. Like Bichette's not hitting. He needs to hit. Robert, he's hit or miss. They're studying him because of like his injuries, but he needs to play every day to like get in a rhythm. Soto back is huge, but Lindor is out. You need Lindor to be hot with Soto at the same time. So it's pretty hard, but they got their win. So build off that is what I would say.
I don't know if this was last night. I saw the first game of the Twin Series. They batted Marcus Semien leadoff.
Yeah, it was the first game.
Did they do that last night? Do you know?
No. I think last night he batted like 7th, I think.
Good, because Marcus Semien is terrible. I mean, respectfully, all due respect, I think that was one of the dumbest trades of the offseason for the Mets. I think it was ridiculous. I'm sorry if I'm being a little harsh here.
No. You gave away Brandon Nimmo. He's one of the best outfielders right now.
You gave away Nimmo, and I'm not going to get political here, but I know it was for political reasons. Now, I don't agree with Brandon Nimmo politically. I don't. But when you have a sort of professional clubhouse like the Mets, and you have a clubhouse that the guys are just professional with each other, and it's not like a brotherhood clubhouse, something like that shouldn't get in the way of baseball. I'm sorry. I think that's completely ridiculous. Like, okay, if the Mets were like a brotherhood and everybody was so close in the clubhouse, like, like Soto was coming out here like, oh, we hang out like all the time together, then okay, I get that on some level. But Soto, Carlos Mendoza, Lindor have literally come out and said like, no, this is like a worksman kind of clubhouse. Like, it's a business, and everybody in the clubhouse sees that, and they're not like a brotherhood. So the fact that they gave him Nimmo for Semien, it made no sense then. It made no sense after the Bichette signing. It just makes no sense. But to where they are in the season, I don't think you can fire Mendoza. I think Mendoza, he's just trying everything. Like, he can't really do too much when the team doesn't perform. It's on the hitters and the general managing staff at some point compared to the actual manager.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, just build off this win. They've been a mess. Yeah. You can't have the highest payroll in baseball and the worst record. That's that's terrible.
They're 8-15 now, I think, or 8-14.
Yeah, they're 8-15 now. They just squeaked out a win against the Twins. They've blown multiple, but enough of baseball for a little bit. We got 30 minutes, and we got to cover a lot in 30 minutes. Tonight's the NFL draft. Biggest night of the NFL offseason. The NFL draft. And I've been predicting drafts since about 2020, we'll say. Like I've been actually, going in and doing a lot of mock drafts. This is by far the most difficult I think I've ever had to
Oh,
predict
definitely.
because there's no like pure quarterbacks. It's just what's going on after 3. I mean, we kind of have an idea at 2. It's like it seems like right now, from what I've seen, I know Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft, which is always very good. Like he always is pretty on point. He had the Jets going Bailey. I know a lot of people have the Jets going Reese. That's like, but I think it's like 75-25 Reese Bailey. I think 70% chance the Jets take Reese, 25% chance they take Bailey. Obviously, the Raiders are going Mendoza. Then after 3, I have no idea. I'm truly so lost. It all depends on the Cardinals. So what we're going to do here is we have Mock Draft Central IO up. Shout out to them. It's, I think, by far the best free website for mock drafts. We're just going to start up a little mock draft really quick. We agree first pick's Mendoza. By the way, we're gonna go to the Dallas pick because that's like where the draft is kind of crazy too, because Dallas is the one team that can move up or down. So we're gonna do the top 12 and then we'll give you some thoughts on some prospects. So we'll go Mendoza first. And then do you think the Jets are gonna go Reese or Bailey?
I think they go Bailey.
I think they go Bailey. I agree. I think they're gonna go Reese.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
I heard him stutter on a interview and he mentioned the Cardinals GM and he mentioned the Jets GM. So like I think they might go Bailey from what I saw.
So we're gonna go David Bailey to the Jets right now, which I think is I don't like David Bailey at all.
It's so hard for the Jets at 2 because like there's no player really worth the 2 overall.
I think Reese could be that. I don't think Bailey is that good. He doesn't have a lot of bend. He's quick. He's a good bull rusher, but he doesn't have a lot of bend. He doesn't have a lot of finesse moves. He's not that great against the run.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan. Okay, Cardinals at 3. This is where the draft gets really interesting. You think they trade down? You think they go Matanoga? I think that's how you pronounce this game. The tackle from Miami. Do they go Jeremiah Love even?
I would say Love, to be honest.
You're gonna go with Love. Okay.
What do you think? What do you think they'll do?
I personally think they want to trade back, but I don't think a team is necessarily like. So we know that the prime trade-up candidates in the top 10 are the Chiefs and the Saints. They want to trade up and get an edge rusher.
Yeah.
I don't think they're willing to go all the way up to 3. I think they're willing to go up to 5 because when we start talking like 9 jumping to 3, we're talking like a next year first involved. Yeah. And I don't think the Chiefs are going to be willing to part with that because they're going to have an edge fall to them.
They are.
I think they will. I don't think that there's really a world where the edge goes to New York, Cleveland, or Washington, and obviously the Saints are going to take whoever. So I think there's a world where each of these teams get one of the top 3 edges, unless the Titans go edge, which I don't think they're going to do. They spend a lot of money on defense. So I think the Cardinals will want to trade out of this pick, but I don't think they will. So I think they're going to go best player on the board, and to them, I think that's Jeremiah Love.
Okay.
I think they're going to go Love. I think ideally if they trade back, then they go the Miami tackle, Matanoga. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. But for this sake, we're going to say they stay at 3 and they go Love. Okay. Now the Titans at 4. I've heard recently that they like Styles, but I've also seen a lot of they don't really like Styles as much. I think they want to trade out of this pick.
Right. So who? What do you say?
I mean, this could be a spot for the Chiefs or the Saints, but something that I haven't seen talked about a lot. The Commanders love Carnell Tate.
I heard that too. They're like,
but the Browns are taking Tate.
Okay.
The Browns. I've asked Browns fans. Like I know a couple Browns fans. They're telling me, yeah, Tate's the pick if he's there. Like there's like from everything that they've read from the beat reporters and whatnot, Tate is the pick if he's there.
That'd be a great weapon for Shador.
Think also the fact of Ohio State, Cleveland, everything close to each other. I think personally, there hasn't been, again, I don't have any inside information. I'm not an NFL insider, but I feel like here, I wouldn't be shocked if the Commanders trade up to 4.
Okay, for Tate.
For Tate. I know that's pretty steep. Like Carnell Tate's not worth the 4th overall pick, but we're in a draft where you can't draft based off of positions because the best players are at the non-valuable positions.
Right.
Like Jeremiah Love, Sonny Styles, those positions aren't as valuable. So I want to know what you think of that take. I'm not going to like do that on our mock draft, but like, what do you think of that?
I think that's a great take. I think I didn't know that the Browns would trade up.
So, the
Washington would trade up that much.
I don't know. Like, I think it just makes sense though. Nobody's really talked about it.
I did see Jaden Daniels did want Tate.
Yeah.
So I just wonder what the package would be like.
Because they got to trade above the Browns. I think the Giants,
right.
I don't think are going to swap with the Commanders to jump the Browns. So we're just So we're gonna put this in our mock draft.
Okay.
We're gonna do Commanders, Titans, and then hold on. Let me just. I'm not gonna like put in any package. I'm just gonna do 4 for 7 and just force the trade in the thing, and then obviously like whatever the package is later, like you'll see.
So Tyson drops.
Yeah. So we'll do Tate at 4, and then the Giants come up with Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs on the board. I think they like Downs more, but I think they love Styles.
I think they love both, and I think this will be like they entertain a trade offer, but I think they'll take it down. So
Okay. I think they'll go Styles.
okay.
Now, hear me out. So I'm pretty sure it was Todd McShay. He's a pretty like trustworthy draft analyst. He said Dallas wants to trade up to get above the Giants because the Giants covet a player. The Giants, before that report came out, coveted Sonny Styles a lot. Like there was so many talks at the combine. There was a lot of talk everywhere. The Giants love Sonny Styles. And then a couple days later, the Giants don't like Sonny Styles anymore.
Right.
And McShay says that same thing.
All smoke show.
I think it's a smoke show. I think they go Styles. You could pick those Styles or Downs.
I'll do Styles. Let's do Styles.
Let's do Styles. Okay. Now at the Browns pick at 6, I think this is where Francis goes. Miami tackle. Since Tate's off the board, I mean, they need a lot, but I mean, just a tackle here makes the most sense. I don't think they're going to go Tyson. I think they just love Tate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they lost, I think, their whole offensive line, didn't they?
Yeah, they need a tackle.
Yeah, they need a tackle badly.
Okay. Now the Titans here at 7, I think, could this be a spot for Caleb Downs or no?
I think it could be Robert Saleh picking Downs.
Or do we think they just go receiver?
Ooh, they could go Tyson. I mean,
I think they like Tyson in general. Like that's just some things that I've heard. I think they like Tyson in general. I think they need a receiver. You want to go Tyson here?
We go Tyson here.
We'll go Tyson.
That makes this Giants pick at 10 very interesting.
Yeah, it definitely does. Okay, now I think we can just Reese and Bain are at 8 and 9. I think Reese fell a lot more than I anticipated here.
Yeah,
but should we just? You want to go? I think the Saints like Bain more. If I think
I think they like Bain more as well.
Okay, so we'll go and then Reese at 9 to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the Giants here, Caleb Downs falls straight in their lap, which is insane.
And the lane falls straight in our lap.
Yeah, but I think they'll love Downs.
I think they'll go Downs.
Okay. Now Miami at 11. I think this is Lemon.
It makes a lot of sense. Losing Waddle, getting Lemon.
Yeah. I think this is Lemon. And then to kind of wrap up our top 12 of the draft, we got Dallas here. I don't really know where they'll go. Do you have any idea?
I think they'll take Delane. Like, no way you let Delane walk. Like,
yeah,
because they cut Diggs, right? And Bland isn't what they paid him to be.
Yeah. Okay, so here's our top 12 of the draft. We got Mendoza going first, Bailey going second, Love going third. Trade between the Titans and the Commanders. Colonel Tate at 4, Sonny Styles at 5, Francis Malagoa at 6 to the Browns. Titans trading back with the Commanders take Tyson at 7. Saints go Bade. Reese falls all the way to 9. I think this is personally going to be Bailey. I think we kind of have them interchanged. I think Bailey's going to go at 9, but again, it just depends on what the Jets do with that. As your 10, Caleb Downs, which I mean, I think as a Giants fan, this is dream scenario. They land Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs. I think this is
how ecstatic would you be if that happens,
dude? I'd be so happy. I mean,
defense would be disgusting.
That defense would be sick. And then also think about it. They're going to sign Reader. Hopefully they sign Shelby Harris as well.
Yeah.
And then in day 2, they could go with like Peter Woods, or they could go a guard. But I think they'll go Peter Woods day 2.
No receiver. You'll rock with OBJ.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. I heard he actually did pretty good in his workout.
I mean, he's still like the receiver 5, but like I think a receiver room of Neighbors, Mooney, Austin, Slayton. Odell and like Gunner, because Gunner he's gonna stay on the team for special teams, and then cut Hyatt.
Facts.
But I think that's like a fine receiver core. Then you add on the fact that you got Theo and Likely.
Yeah.
So I think their weapons are fine. Ideally, that's like my second best scenario. I don't know. I don't think Styles falls to 10, but I have seen some mock drafts where he does fall really late. Ideally, I want the Giants to take Love. I know somebody on this media floor.
I was going to ask you, do you want them to take Love?
Do. I think Jeremiah Love takes us off. It's the next level. I don't care about position value in this draft because I think the 3 best players don't play that marquee of positions. I think the 3 best players in the draft are Styles, Love, and Downs. I probably go Love 1, Downs 2, Styles 3. But linebacker, safety, and running back, you don't pay those positions a lot of money. They're not a high key like value. And there's not like a crazy edge that the Giants are really coveting. Obviously, they've got 3. They don't need a quarterback, obviously. And the receivers don't jump out at you. Like Tyson and Tate are nice, but they don't jump out at you at like Neighbors and Marvin Harrison Jr. did when in 23. So ideally, I would my ideal pick at 5 for the Giants is Jeremiah Love. I know obviously the last time I was very high on the Giants take your running back, it was Saquon Barkley. But ideally, I love Love. I love Love at 5.
How about 10?
He doesn't fall to 10.
No, I'm saying like, what would you want pick? At 10?
In the case that we draft Love, probably defense. I don't think you can double up on offense. In Daniel Jeremiah's mock, he had the Giants doubling up on offense. He had the Giants going Jeremiah Love and Carnell Tate, which I think is kind of crazy. I don't think Tate falls past Cleveland and Washington, but Daniel Jeremiah's mocks are normally pretty spot on. I wouldn't hate that because that's like that offense is kind of crazy. I mean, Dart, Love, Neighbors, Tate, like that offense is ridiculous, but the defense would be the worst defense in football, probably.
Yeah, it'll be up there as the worst defense in football,
but
it wouldn't be as good.
Ideally, best case scenario, Downs falls to 10. You take Love and Downs. Second case, Styles and Downs. Third case, they trade back and get.
What's a trade back to you that you'll do? Like just like give me your haul that you're like, you know what, Zion, I'll hit the button. I'll be like, yeah, I'll do the trade.
I would trade back to New Orleans or Kansas City just for their second on top of the 8th and the 9th.
Okay.
So like if the Saints offer, I think they have 42.
Yeah, I heard a lot. I've seen a lot of 8 and 42.
Yeah, if they offer 8 and 42 for 5, I do that.
Okay.
Same with the Chiefs. If they offer like 9 and 43 or 44, whatever they have, I do that as well.
Okay.
Would you do that?
I would do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that deal. I like that deal. You like that deal? Yeah. I mean, I also heard though. This is from Ricky. You know Ricky Scoops?
Yeah, I know Ricky Scoops. Yeah.
He said the Giants are more likely to trade 10 than 5.
Okay.
Something kind of interesting today I saw as well is the Jaguars are using Brian Thomas Jr. as sort of bait to trade back up into the first round. I'm wondering now. This does sound insane, but the Giants have obviously coveted BTJ for a little bit. He played in college with Neighbors, and then the Giants also did throw a package out at him at the trade deadline, and I'm pretty sure they called at the beginning of the offseason about him. The Giants covet BTJ. I'm wondering, say for instance, a team like the Jets. I don't think because Ty Simpson isn't going to go that far down. But say a team, I don't know who. We'll throw out the Steelers if they want whatever. The Steelers want a receiver, an edge, whatever it might be. They want to move all the way up to 10. They give us a haul in next year first potentially as well, and then I don't know, a couple of picks later in the draft, and the Jaguars say, "Hey, listen, we'll give you BTJ and our 4 for 20 or whatever we'd be at." I'd do that.
I'll do that too.
So that just a little bit of interesting. Imagine like the ripple effects the Dexter Lawrence trade could have on the entire league if the Giants trade out at 10. I mean, we're talking trades that's going to be talked about for literally years. Yeah. But I thought that was very interesting. I don't think they'll do it. It's from Pro Football Talk, the rumor. I don't think the Jaguars will do it, but that is kind of interesting because they were talking about BGJ in the back end of the first round. We'll see maybe if he's even coveted as a second round pick. Because I trade my second rounder for BTJ as well.
I would too.
Yeah.
Depending what you pick in second. Like if you go double defense, then yeah, you gotta trade your second for him.
Yeah. But enough for football. Again, we're super excited for the draft. I'm gonna be in class for the first hour.
It takes so long that you'll be on good.
Yeah, I'll be good seeing the Giants pick. But now we're moving on. We're moving on to basketball. Quick little NBA playoffs. The Lakers, man, my Lakers, my Hawks as well. I was in the building for game 2.
Okay.
Awesome so far. Just give me some takes on the playoffs so far, Zion.
Well, glad to see you come out of MSG in one piece, bro. I know you heard it.
Oh, it was bad. No, it was. Oh my god, because I wore my Trae Young jersey. I wore my Trae jersey to MSG, and well, let's just say, no, it wasn't smart. No, it wasn't bad. The most that really happened was someone tried to like elbow me. Like I'm just in a crowd and someone just goes, I'm like, yo, and he full fun went into me, but I could tell he was drinking a little bit as well. And I'm not dumb enough to try and start something there. Like if if obviously people just come up to me and start swinging, I have to defend myself.
Right.
But I'm not dumb enough to just go after one person, because then the entirety of people
drunk and stupid,
Yeah, and there was one point at the entire street, like me walking MSG, just screamed F you, go back to Atlanta. I'm like, yo, I'm not even from Atlanta. But no, it was sick. It was worth every penny of the game. I won't lie. It was fire. I was in there when Macau missed the final shot, like just screaming.
Oh yeah.
Like just screaming. and someone said you walking around real comfortable in that jersey. One time like on the street, and like these kids, like there's 5 to 10 people in a group, and then they just spot me and they hawk me down. I'm like, yo, what the? But no, it was a fun time.
That's dope. But yo, the Lakers, bro. Yo, LeBron as the one option, man. I mean, by the help he's getting from the people around him, like Marcus Smart.
He stepped up.
Luke Kennard stepped up.
Yes.
Rockies are an upset watch, and the Lakers are up here. What they're 2-0 back home.
Yeah, they're back. They're 2-0. They're going back to Houston. It's a really interesting series. I mean, I think if LeBron wins this series, let alone sweeps it, which I don't think is gonna happen. I think they'll win in 6. But if the Lakers win this series, that's more impressive from LeBron's aspect than any of Michael Jordan's championships. I don't care what anybody says. That's insane. And then they get Luka back in the second round against OKC. I think Austin Reeves might return late round 1, which I heard.
Oh, really?
He's progressing very well. Yes, Sham said Reeves could return late round 1. It's been insane, but we don't have too much time left. We got a couple minutes left. So for those last couple minutes, we're going to preview the game tonight between our teams, Hawks, Knicks. Super interesting one at State Farm Arena in Atlanta. Hawks come into this one winning 107-106 on Monday. It was. Yeah, they won on Monday. What do you think the Knicks need to change?
I saw Mike Brown run a lineup that he never ran in the regular season. He needs to not do that, because you can tell it killed him.
Yeah, I don't think the Knicks can really run those non-Brunson or Cat lineups. I think that's very dumb. That kind of lost them the game.
It did,
because I think those lineups got outscored like 20-5 or something like. It was something crazy. I don't know, but those lineups were a 10-15 point swing, and ultimately it kind of decided the game. But yeah, I mean, CJ McCollum turned up for the Knicks. I think don't run those lineups, but then again, they just got to shoot better. Mikal shot 3 for 10. Brunson shot 10 for 26. Cat put up no buckets in the 4th. He played good for the first 3 quarters, but then he put up no buckets. OG shot fine. Hart shot fine, I think.
And not put Brunson to defend McCollum, because McCollum's were making all those shots on Brunson.
Yeah, but here's the thing. As a Hawks fan, respectfully, I like Dyson Daniels because he's one of the better perimeter defenders in basketball, and he does some good things offensively. Like, he's a good passer, and he gets a couple of O boards. He kind of reminds me of just Josh Hart that can't shoot a little bit, but he's a better perimeter defender. They can't play him. You can't play him in the playoffs. We can agree Jalen Brunson is so bad defensively that if he has to guard Nikhil, CJ, or Kuminga, it's wraps. Like, they're not. It's wraps for the Knicks. They're not stopping Atlanta. I mean, Brunson is that free defensively. I mean, I don't really see where the Knicks can play him if those guys are on the floor, because Kuminga's going to back him down. CJ's just going to cook him, and same thing with Nikhil. And obviously, you can't throw him on Jalen Johnson or Onyeka.
Yeah.
But I think the Hawks need to stop playing Dyson Daniels, because their offense was terrible for the first 3 quarters. Like, they couldn't score at all. Besides CJ. CJ was the only guy that was scoring. I think they have to stop using Jalen Johnson as this guy who's starting the possession at the perimeter. I think let JJ run in transition more. Let him kind of work the post more. Don't really use JJ as kind of one of those guys who just plays the top of the perimeter. You know, they've been doing that a lot. He's not really that much stronger than Josh Hart, and Josh Hart's been doing a pretty good job guarding Jalen Johnson. But yeah, I mean, the Hawks offense is going to need to step up around CJ McCollum, because realistically, they played bad. It was only CJ and Kuminga that really played well offensively.
Yeah, CJ got what, 32?
CJ had 32 on good efficiency, and then Kuminga had 19, I'm pretty sure. He played very good, like 7 for 11 shooting. But, I mean, Nikhil shot 3 for 12. Jalen Johnson shot 5 for 11. they need to step up around CJ, and those are your two best players. Jalen Johnson and Nickeil Alexander-Walker are your building blocks.
They are.
I mean, they're your guys that you hope like, oh, next year we can add a Darren Peterson or a Giannis to this mix. I mean, whoever because I think they'll make one big move in the offseason. I feel like the Hawks have kind of stepped back and realized, oh, we shouldn't just stay pat after like taking a big progressive year. It kind of happened in 21. They stayed pat that 1 year and they ended up in the play-in, and Trae Young had no help, and it was kind of a mess ever since then. So I think the Hawks can be aggressive this offseason. But those are your two best players. So your two building blocks. Johnson and Nickeil need to play better. But as a Knicks fan, I wouldn't be too worried. They played kind of their worst possible game and lost by 1. I mean, Brunson's not going to play that bad again. Hopefully Quinn kind of figures it out, what he's going to do, because I just don't like to see Dyson on the floor in these scenarios.
And Mike Brown needs to figure it out. Because that lineup, like, that blew my mind when he, like, rained no Brunson or Cat. It was straight both of them.
Yeah, and I feel like something that wasn't talked about as much as well is NBC messed up a lot. Because in the stadium, I'm looking while I'm there, I'm like, oh, they got no timeouts left. And then I get home and I watch like
the graphic, they had a timeout, like it showed.
And then everyone started blaming Mike Brown for that. But then again, time management was bad. I mean, he iced Brunson on that one play.
He did.
That was terrible. And then OG missing the 2 free throws. The Knicks just played bad fundamental basketball. Kind of reminds me last year of the series they had against Detroit in the first round.
Yeah.
Because Detroit came out, and I'm pretty sure the Knicks were winning for majority of game 2 after taking game 1. And then Detroit stormed back, won game 2, but then the Knicks went back to Detroit, won the next 2. They lost that game 5 at home, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then they closed out in 6. So kind of reminded me of that. I think the Knicks will still win the series in 6. I don't think, even as a Hawks fan, I'm excited. I think if they win tonight, they're going to take the series.
Okay.
But I'm excited for this team. But yeah, I just think the Knicks are going to win this one.
Yeah, I think Knicks in like 6 or 7, to be honest. Because like this Hawks team, you can't sleep on them. Like game 2 showed you that.
Yeah, game two really did show you can't really sleep on the Atlanta Hawks. They've been really getting hot as of late. Obviously, I mean, towards the later part of the year, they just made up on their schedule. Like their schedule was so difficult to start the year. Then they just got a really easy schedule, so they kind of rode that out. And then they had some tough games against the Cavs and the Knicks. But I mean, overall, awesome. They've been awesome as of late. I can't wait to see the game tonight. I'm going to be in class for the first half, which is awesome. But no, I mean, yeah. But I'm super excited. Going into the rest of the league, the Nuggets and the Wolves, man, that's been an awesome series so far.
It has. It's been great seeing Jokic, Murray, Edwards, all of them ball. Like,
yeah, it's a 1-1 series right now. It's knotted up. A very close game 2. I'm pretty sure game 1 was close for a little bit. But it's been awesome so far. And you saw this is a real rivalry heating up in the NBA right now. I mean, and going back and forth with Jokic. Jaden McDaniels coming out after the game saying Denver has no good defenders, which I think Cam Johnson's a pretty good defender. But
I like Cam Johnson. Yeah.
Besides that, he's right. They have no good defenders. They can't defend. That's probably why they're going to get killed by San Antonio, I assume. If Wemby is fully healthy, obviously Wemby being a little hurt right now, he's got the concussion. I think they're in real jeopardy of losing that series if Wemby can't come back within the next 2 games. But if he's back for a game in Portland, I'm pretty sure they're fine. Because if it's 2-2 going back to San Antonio, I like the Spurs to win the series. But if it's 3-1 going back to San Antonio, then we got some real problems. Then we got a lot of problems.
But I think they can find a way to at least make it 3-3 with Wemby back. All they need is Wemby back, to be honest. He is a difference maker on that squad. But yeah, I wonder what the protocol will like say about him, if he's going to be back or not.
Yeah, that is very interesting. But yeah, I mean, overall, NBA playoffs has been awesome.
Celtics Sixers was a good one too.
Celtics Sixers, that's a good one. If Embiid can get back, I saw he's at practice.
Yeah.
Super interesting as well. Also, some news as well right now. Like we mentioned, we're going back to the NFL a little bit. Jeremiah Love's odds to go to the Cardinals are currently surging right now. And granted, it's Kalshi, but Jeremiah Love's odds to the Cardinals are surging right now. We predicted that in our mock. We said J Love to the Cardinals. What do you think about J Love to the Cardinals? Do you think it's a good fit?
I think it's a good fit. I think, Jacoby Brissett, pair him up with Love.
He's holding out though.
I think they'll figure it out. I think they'll figure it out.
That's hilarious.
It is hilarious.
But yeah, I mean, super interesting there with the Cardinals. I mean, I feel like, just take best player available. Just take best player available there for the Cardinals. And yeah, I mean, overall, pretty much Yeah, I mean, best player available for the Cardinals. That's the pick you want to take. I think Jeremiah Love there, and we've got a lot of extra time on the show. So what we'll do is we didn't know we'd have this time. We thought we'd be going off at 4:00. We're gonna go back to our mock draft. Right now, the Rams are at 13 in our mock draft. By the way, for just a quick refresher for anybody who has not been here, in our mock draft that we started earlier in the show, again, we kind of just kept it to 12 picks. We thought we were very limited on time.
Like
we thought we were limited at 4:00. We got till 4:30, so we'll be with you guys for another 25 minutes. But our first part of our mock draft, Mendoza went 1, Bailey went 2, Love went 3, and then the Commanders and the Titans trade. Commanders go up to 4. My apologies. Titans go down to 7. At 4, the Titans take Tate. We haven't seen too many rumors involving this. I don't think I've seen any, actually. The reason I suggested this would make sense is because the Commanders highly covet Carnell Tate. There's been a lot of rumors about that. Jaden Daniels really wants Carnell Tate. There's been a lot of talk about Carnell Tate to the Commanders, but every Browns person that I've talked to, every Browns beat reporter I've seen, thinks they're going Carnell Tate. That's kind of the main guy there. So I have the Cardinals jumping the Browns, obviously the Giants and the Giants and the Titans, the Giants and the Commanders when it flip. So we have the Commanders jumping up to 4, and then at 5 we got the Giants going Sonny Styles. There's been some reports that the Giants weren't interested in Styles. We both think that's smoke. We think the Giants love Styles. It's just because of that rumor with Dallas. We don't think Dallas really pulls the trigger on that trade up. It doesn't make too much sense. The Titans go tackle and Francis Muagoa, the tackle from Miami. Sorry if I mispronounced that. The Titans go Jordan Tyson. They've been linked to him a little bit. They need a receiver. They go Tyson at 7. And then finally a little run on edge rusher at 8 and 9. Saints stick at 8, get their guy. Chiefs stick at 9, get an edge in Arvell Reese. The Giants take Caleb down to 10. The Giants stick where they are both times, and they get probably one of their top draft outcomes. The Dolphins go Malachi Lemon to replace with Jalen Waddle. And the Cowboys go Delane at 12 to really stir up their secondary. So we're now going out to the Rams. I think for the back end of this first round, well, not really the back end, like the midway back end of the first round, the Rams are the most interesting. I think the Rams are really interesting. There's been talk about them trading up. I don't think that will happen. They've tried to trade up in recent years a lot. I think they go receiver here. They're kind of at like a point where they can just go best player available. Well, by receiver, I mean receiving option. I think they're going to go Kenyon Sadiq.
Okay.
I think Sean McVay loves those 3 tight end personnels. I saw actually Elite Takes, Nico, with this take. I think it makes a lot of sense. Pair him with Ferguson. What do you think?
I think that's a great, great take. And it gives Stafford another weapon. Pair him with Kyron, Puka. I like that. It's a great pick.
So we're going to go with the Rams taking Kenyon Sadiq at number 11. Now, number 14 for the Ravens. The Ravens are iconically draft heavy. Best player available. They just go best player available every time. What do you think here? What do you think the Ravens' really course of action is? Because, I mean, they've got a lot of holes. They kind of traded for Max Crosby and then didn't really do anything in free agency. And then, they just replaced Trey Anderson and Max Crosby. I think it's dumb. I don't like Trey Anderson. But what do you think they do here?
I mean,
they need a line.
I wouldn't shock me if they go the guard from Penn State. And then it starts to domino. Because I know the Lions want him and every other team wants him. I think they'll go guard. Okay. I don't know how you go safety with Hamilton.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. So we're gonna go with Ione from Penn State, the guard, and then the Bucks come up. They need a lot as well. They didn't really do too much this offseason. They lost Mike Evans. I think this is Omar Cooper's spot. I think he goes a little earlier than people project him to go. A lot of people have said Omar Cooper is going to go kind of later first. I think he goes kind of here to the Bucks because they've got a Mecca, but that's about it. They still got Chris Godwin.
Yeah,
pretty much. I mean, what do you think? Do you think they go Cooper here? Or
I think they'll go Cooper here. Either Cooper or Boston because they lost Evans, which was surprising to the 49ers. So they need to replace that big body receiver.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll go Cooper here, and then the Jets back on the clock at 16. Is this Ty Simpson's spot?
I don't think they'll go. I don't think they'll go quarterback. To be honest, I think systems falls.
Yeah. So
if they do, it's so. I don't understand how you give Aaron Glenn Ty Simpson. That Aaron Glenn's not on the hot seat.
Do you think they trade up back in the first round?
With the Jets?
Yeah. They get like, do you think they trade back in the first round to take Ty Simpson? Because there's a lot of talk about Arizona doing that, which I think Ty Simpson will go today.
Nah, I think they wait till next year. You have Gino already, and you wanted vets. Like I don't know how you get Ty Simpson.
Okay, so we're not going to go Ty Simpson here, 16th. It's just
Do you think they'll go Ty Simpson? I just want to hear your thoughts.
Not here. I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think. I think he's going to go to Arizona. I think Arizona likes Ty Simpson a lot more.
Okay.
And we talked about Jeremiah Love earlier in the draft. I think that they're going to go. I think they'll trade back up for Ty Simpson, but they're not going to go. Or they're not going to necessarily go him at like 3 or anything like that. But I don't think the Jets are going to take him now.
Okay. Do you think they'll go Denzel Boston?
The Jets here. I mean, think about this. I know obviously the draft site says they need a receiver, but they've got Wilson and Mitchell. I think Adonai Mitchell looked very good last year. I don't think receiver is one of their biggest needs. I just think they go like Falk or something.
Falk.
Yeah, the edge from Auburn. I mean,
no safety, no Emmanuel. Yeah.
I mean, what do you want to do here?
What do you think they'll do? Like,
I think
it's tough. They're in a tough spot, 2 and 16. It's like,
I mean, do you want to trade up? Do you think anyone's willing to trade up? Because I mean, there could be a lot of teams that can use like Boston. Oh, I mean, Spencer Fano's still here as well.
yeah, but they don't need really Fano.
Well, I'm saying like for a team to trade up.
What team would need a tackle? Vikings?
No, they got Darisaw and I think they're gonna tackle.
Unless like the Chargers have
The Chargers got tackles.
Yeah, they got Zion Johnson. No, he's a guard.
Actually, here's what I think. Should we do Eagles trade up here for Denzel Boston?
That'll be a great trade up. Okay.
We'll do Eagles trade up to 16 to take Boston. Obviously they're gonna have a lot of capital next year, Philadelphia, because they're trading AJ Brown for a 27 pick. We don't know the details of the trade yet. I'm just gonna flip the picks in general. They're not gonna give up like a first next year or anything. They'll probably give up a pick sooner or later. But yeah, we'll go the Eagles, take Denzel Boston here at 16. Then Detroit comes up. Detroit needing interior offensive line, offensive tackle, cornerback, and edge. I think this is Fano's spot.
Yeah, I agree. I think they'll take Spencer Fano, which isn't bad because he was projected top 5 like a while ago, and then dropped all the way to 17. Not bad.
Yeah. And then here for Minnesota, at 18, I think the need here is DB. I think they go Emmanuel McNeil-Warren.
Okay, I can see that happening.
Yeah. Okay. They need DB bad. Carolina up now with the 19th pick. This is an interesting one. I think they go Allen.
I was gonna say Allen. Allen's so intrigued. They need a linebacker.
Yeah, they need a backer badly. I mean, they did get no. They just got Devin Lloyd.
Pair him up with Lloyd.
You wanna go Allen, or should we? No, they don't really. They
have on the edge.
They just signed Jalen Phillips.
And they gave Phillips a bag.
Yeah, they gave Phillips a bag. I don't think they're gonna invest too much there. I'm cool going with Allen.
I would go Allen.
Yeah, we can go CJ.
What do you think about not for the Panthers, but just in general, Jermon McCoy? Like, do you think the physicals are like that bad, the medicals, or?
I don't think he's gonna go in the first round. We saw it last year with Will Johnson.
Yeah.
Will Johnson was the top 5 pick. The fact that he fell all the way there, it was crazy to me, and he's been awesome this year.
Yeah.
I don't think McCoy's as good as Will Johnson was.
Okay.
But I think he's gonna fall later in the first round than 19.
Okay.
Well, you said not for the Panthers, but we're just talking in general. So okay, CJ Allen at 19 to the Panthers. We'll go with, and then Dallas comes all the way back up here at 20. Their first pick was Delane. So right now we'll say they need an edge rusher, a running back, or a linebacker. Obviously, you're not going to go Jadarian Price here. I think we can agree Price is the second running back off the board, which, by the way, I think is, as a Notre Dame fan, awesome. Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price going back to back. It's the running backs off the board. Sick. But I think this is I think this is TJ Parker's spot.
Yeah,
I think they go. Edge. I think they go edge. Yeah. We'll go TJ Parker here at 20, and then the Steelers come back up here at 21.
This is so hard.
This is, again, the Steelers make no sense every draft.
Yeah.
When we thought it was Malik Willis, it was Kenny Pickett. I mean, they never make sense. When we thought they were going Shador, they went, who'd they go with last year?
It wasn't Broderick Jones, or was it?
Wait,
that was the year before.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Yeah, they're like real confusing.
Do you want to? I feel like Freeling's the perfect Steelers pick. Georgia Bulldog.
I was gonna say that's the most random pick, and yeah, it's gonna be Freeling.
We're gonna go Monroe.
Even though they need like everything else on the board.
They do need a tackle.
Yeah,
to pair with Jones.
But the Steelers aren't gonna pick a tackle because they're the Steelers.
Are gonna pick a tackle?
They aren't gonna pick them. Whatever they need, they aren't gonna pick it.
Well, I mean, Freeling is a tackle. So do we go Monroe Freeling here?
Yeah, we go Freeling.
Okay, I feel like that makes just sense for the Steelers. Okay, now the Chargers back up here. I think they go edge. I don't think. I'm pretty sure they go edge rusher.
They lost Khalil, right? Or they still have Khalil Mack?
No, they re-signed Khalil Mack, but they still need another edge rusher. I feel like this is Falk's spot. I feel like Kendrick Falk goes here to 22 for the Chargers. Okay. And then the Jets back up here at 23. Obviously, we just traded back with this pick. They don't have another pick in the first round next year. They have a lot more. I think they have 3 next year.
Yeah.
They have 3 first round picks next year. Okay. Now they pick. Who do you go with? This is interesting. I personally feel like Avion Terrell is a perfect pick here for the Jets. Terrell's one of the nicer slot corners, I think, in the draft. Really can play slide, he can play outside. I love Avion Terrell. If the Giants landed him in like day 2, I'd be thrilled. But if you want to go Terrell here, I think that's kind of.
I would have said Terrell or Hood, but I think Terrell is a great pick.
Okay, we're gonna keep McCoy off the board because I think he's gonna fall a little later. We can with the medicals. And then the Browns are back up here at 24. They're interesting. Again, we could double up an offensive line here. I don't think so. Though, I mean, they have so many other needs. I think they're going to go receiver. I don't actually know who's the receivers. Yeah, I mean, they can go Concepcion. I think they've been actually linked to him. I could be wrong.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen Casey linked to anybody.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong.
I know he wrote a letter, though, like draft me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that'd be a great.
They need a receiver. He's the best one on the board easily. Besides Zachariah Branch, but he's not going to go early. Well, in my opinion, I think Branch is like receiver 4 or 5 in the class.
Yeah.
We'll go KC to Cleveland at 24. Bears here at 25. Again, I think this is Mesidor's spot. I think the Bears, they need defensive line badly. I think they go Mesidor here at 25.
Yeah, that'd be great. They didn't sign a defensive for the D line at all this winter. So that'd be.
And same thing with the Bills. They do need edge, they need safety. I think they're gonna go with Thielman though. I mean, I have a couple of friends who are Bills fans, obviously in the New York area. They scream safety. They scream we need safety pretty bad. And then Dylan Thielman kind of just falls right in their lap here at 26. So you want to go Thielman?
So Thielman.
I bet. So now we're at 27 with the 49ers. They've got a lot of needs, but they're not like that bad. I feel like they're gonna go offensive line. Like their offensive line's pretty deteriorating, and then obviously they just re-signed Williams they restructured his deal, but like still, besides that, their O-line's just Trent Williams. I don't know. I think this is kind of Caden Proctor's spot.
I was gonna say like Proctor, 49ers, Bama.
That does make so much sense because 1, Bama, but 2, they like the more like projects on the offensive line. Like they took I think it was a guard one year. I don't know. I'm losing it. But yeah, we'll go Proctor here at 27 to the 49ers and then 24 with the Texans. Now, this is interesting because they need like running back and interior offensive line.
Yeah.
They need to add to the offense. But like, do you see a world where they just kind of say, nobody's scoring on us? They go defense.
I can see that possibly happening. Yeah.
Do you want to go? I feel like Jermall McCoy is like kind of a cool pick here.
Yeah, it'll be like a cool like.
I mean, they got Lassiter and Stingley. I don't know actually. Or do you just want to like add to the offensive line?
Who's available for the O line?
I mean, interior wise, there's not really a good interior guy. They got Blake Miller, who's a guard. I mean, a tackle. They got Blake Miller, but they don't really. I think they'll go Miller. They need a tackle. I know obviously the draft board doesn't say so, but they need a tackle pretty bad. So we'll go Blake Miller at 28, and then the Chiefs are back on the board at 29 here. What do you think for the Chiefs? Do you think? I think they go McCoy. I
was gonna say,
yeah,
McCoy or Hood. One of those two, they'll go. They need a defensive back badly.
Yeah, we'll go McCoy. I think that's more of a Chiefs pick. They love going like the guys that still have a little bit of injury risk, but can definitely pay off. So here for Miami at 30, they're not going to double up on receiver. They could just go to Hood. You think?
Yeah.
They'll go Colton Hood.
Colton Hood. They
Okay.
need that defense needs to be as fixed as possible.
Yeah, so we'll go Colton Hood at their first new toy for Jeff Halfley and the Patriots pick. Now, I saw something today. We talked about Mike Vrabel. Did we talk about Mike Vrabel earlier in the show?
No, we didn't.
We didn't. Obviously, if you haven't seen, there's a lot of. Well, no, we actually talked about it out there.
Yeah.
But not on the show. Mike Vrabel, if you guys haven't seen, there's a lot of talk recently about him and Anderson. I'm not going to get into the ethics of that. Obviously, that's a touchy road to go on.
Right.
But something interesting is if the Patriots don't pick today,
he doesn't need to speak to the
media. He doesn't need to speak to the
media.
media. This is where I think that the Cardinals traded for Ty Simpson.
Okay.
You like that? I think that makes more sense. He doesn't need to speak to the media, so he does. So
again, PR takes a day off today, and
I think this is where the Cardinals traded for Ty Simpson, just to prevent all teams like maybe the Jets. So we're gonna trade 31.
Prevents the Jets. You save yourself some PR.
You save just a lot of PR. So we'll do 31 for 34. We'll just throw on like the fourth or whatever. I don't know. Okay, so 31. We got Ty Simpson going, and then for Seattle, they need a back. I think this is where Price goes.
Okay.
I think he goes back in first round.
I like that.
A lot of people have been predicting that as well. So one thing that's so awesome with this Notre Dame running back duo is they don't have a lot of tread on their tires because they split a backfield. You saw like when Ashton Genty and Bijan Robinson are drafted, they came in the league with like 500 carries in college.
Yeah, Genty, like he had some miles on
him. He has some miles on his car. Great thing is for Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price, they don't have that. They don't have too much. Which is what I kind of love about the Giants with Tyron Tracy is Tyron Tracy played receiver for college, for the majority of college. Like the last year he switched to running back, but he didn't have a lot of tread on his tires because he didn't get that much carries.
Right.
So we're going to go Jadarian Price here. They need a back, obviously. Charbonnet coming off of, I think he tore his ACL, right? ACL. And then obviously they lost K9 to the Chiefs. So our first round mock, it's loading right now, but our first round mock is done. Very interesting. I mean, do you think we go 32 for 32?
I think we'll go at least 15. Right?
15?
I think we get halfway.
You think we get that's hard, man. In this draft?
For at least the first 10 should be some hits.
Okay. So this is our entire first round mock draft. 1 Mendoza to the Raiders. We both agree on that. 2 David Bailey to the Jets. We don't agree on that. I think they're gonna go Reese. He thinks they're gonna go Bailey. Decide with Zion here for the draft sake. 3 Jeremiah Love to the Cardinals. Very interesting. I think that's the pick if they don't trade out. 4 to Washington, Carnell Tate. 5 to the Giants, Sonny Styles. 6 to the Browns, Francis Muagano. I pronounced his name like 8 different times. 8 different ways on the show.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm sorry. If Francis is watching this, he's definitely not. But if he's watching this, I'm so sorry. Titans at 7, taking Jordan Tyson with the trade. 8, Ruben Bain to the Saints. 9, Arvo Reese to the Chiefs. 10, Giants laying Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles. We could have made that a little biased, I feel like.
We did.
Just because we really want that scenario. But I wasn't even thinking about it, to be honest. I wasn't. I'm being serious. 11, Mekhi Lemon to the Dolphins. I think that's perfect. Delane to the Cowboys at 12. Sadiq to the Rams at 13. I think that's also a perfect fit.
That's a great pick too.
Sadiq, Tay, Puka, Stafford throwing those guys. Wow. Ione to the Ravens at 14. They need a guard bad. Omar Cooper to the Bucks at 15. I feel like that's such a Buccaneers pick as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Omar Cooper just fits with the Bucks. Eagles trade up for Denzel Boston. Lions go Spencer Fano at 17. The Vikings go Emmanuel McNeil Warren at 18, needing a defensive back very bad. Panthers go CJ Allen to pair with Devin Lloyd. The Cowboys add to the defensive line, just keep adding to the defense. They go TJ Parker at 20. The Steelers go Monroe Freeling at 21, adding to their tackle room. I mean, that just feels like a Steelers pick to me. 22, the Chargers go Cedric Folk to enter the edge room. They have Mac, but still very shaky in that edge room. Add an extra edge. The Jets, after trading back with Dallas at 23, go Avion Terrell. I think that's such a perfect pick. I feel like he fits he just fits a Aaron Glenn defense. I
He
feel like
does.
Terrell does as well. And I wouldn't hate the idea of the Giants trading up in back of the first round and landing someone like that. I think the Giants trade back up in the first round will land like if they do, they'd land like a defensive tackle.
Like McDonald from OSU or not?
Yeah, I like him. My two favorite there though are like Banks and
Woods.
Banks and Woods. Yeah, I like Banks.
Okay.
I think Woods is great. He just has injury concerns, kind of like McCoy, but yeah. And then we go KC Concepcion to the Browns at 24. They have the Jaguars pick that they got in the draft. The Bears stay put at 25, take Akeem as a door. The Bills take a safety finally after years of the fans begging. They go Thiemann at 26. The Niners take kind of a project in Proctor at 27. The Texans add to their offensive tackle room at Miller at 28. McCoy to the Chiefs at 29. Colton Hood to the Dolphins at 30. We go back to back Tennessee corners. And then with all the Mike Vrabel stuff going on, don't want to speak to the media. The Patriots trade out of the first round. I think that's one that imagine if Ty Simpson like becomes good.
That'd be
And
fun.
like that just becomes like a story.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure the Cardinals have 35.
Yeah.
And no, the Cardinals have 34. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Cardinals have 34, and I think the Jets have 35. Just like if Ty Simpson becomes good, that's just an hilarious story. Like, oh yeah, like by the way, like Mike Vrabel's whatever with Diana Rossini led to Ty Simpson becoming a Cardinal and them actually.
And if he's actually great, then it's like the Jets got screwed by the Patriots again.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. And then 32, Seahawks are Jadarian Price. I think running back is their biggest need. Super Bowl chance gets Jadarian Price. But overall, I'm excited for the draft, son. I don't know about
I am
you.
too.
I'm excited for the draft.
Ecstatic.
I'm excited for the Hawks. I'm excited for the Yankees game tonight. Again, like the Yankees game actually kicks off like very soon. It kicks off at 6:15 today, I'm pretty sure. Let's just double check that right
We're
now.
triple screening today, bro. 3 games on at once, man.
Yeah, I mean, I wish the Hawks team was on at what's it called? I wish the Hawks team was on at 8 again, but it's not. Oh yeah, the Yankee game starts at 6:10, which is really interesting. I don't really know when they ever do these starts.
Yeah, I think they did that for the Bruins game over there in Fenway. Like Boston, Bruins,
Yeah,
Celtics.
I forgot we didn't really talk NHL on the show, so that does make a lot of sense. But yeah, that's gonna do it from us at Bases, Blitzes, and BS. Alongside Zion Candelario, I'm Angelo Joya. Stay tuned for the rest of the Radiothon shows for the rest of the day.
Right, facts.
It's according to Robbie, I haven't been here yet today, but it's been a crazy day so far. A lot of shows, people coming in and out. Just make sure to stay tuned for WIR's draft show later in the day.
Let's go.
Super excited. And yeah, we'll see you.